May 31st, 2025. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you, and it's a doozy. What are we going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. A lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of homeless, and it's not getting any better here in Kansas City, or Independence for that matter. But you know those parking lots up here, off by 40 Highway and Nolan Road, Gordmans, Toys R Us. There's always a lot of activity in these parking lots. Now, if these parking lots, have been vacated for a long time now, they should be tore down. But a lot of people are using them to deal drugs in the parking lots and stuff. And there was even prostitution going on. There were some beds that was down off to one back side, back behind the Gordmans building back there, and off down there by even the water basins in those areas over there. But it gets better. Today, go by over there, and there's a couple of regular vehicles that was already sitting over there. Now, this one has been from way far back. Looked like I think it was looked like a Toyota. And actually, there was a little kid that was riding around on it on a bicycle. But what I found strange was there was nobody around. Now, there was a guy around, but he was over 2 blocks away, out of eyesight from this child, which actually could be considered neglect. Why would you take your child up to a vacant parking lot, for one thing? And when there's a park, now this kid was on a bike, but Kansas City, Missouri states that anything under, usually I think they said it was 8 years of age, can be considered as child abuse. But that ain't the half of it. You don't know if there's trafficking going on. You don't know if there's drug trafficking or even children here. So, in this guy, when I drove over into the Gordmans parking lot first. There was an 18-wheeler parked over there. Nobody was in. There was another vacant vehicle that somebody also was not in over by these trees. Now, they like to deal up by these tree lines, up by the curves, and they can take off if they have to quick. And that's actually where this Toyota was, over on the other side, sitting on the Toys R Us parking lot. Well, this guy comes down. He looks like a biker. He got a big old beard and stuff, and he's on a skateboard. But I'm going to show, this guy was over 2 blocks away, and he wasn't even in eyesight of this child. Now, if he was taking care of this kid, I would say Independence and maybe even Child Services needs to take a look at this. But, here you go. It's Independence. Who cares, right? Or Kansas City, for that matter. Well, if nobody cares, then everything will just fall into disarray and, no law, no order or anything. But we're going to show that. And then one other thing real quick, guys. When I went on down 40 Highway, I went by a Sotto's, and they actually had a bouncer. It looked like a slide for kids and stuff, like they were having some kind of event there. And I thought, well, where could this guy have taken this kid? First thing to me is that the park, the park would be safer. Waterfall park down there in the daytime on the weekend, because there's a lot of people that are there. And that means, you don't have these other shady people walking around and trying to deal their drugs, like that and stuff. So I thought, I'm going to just drive on down from there, because I was heading out towards Lee Summit, out 40 Highway. But man, I'm going to go on, I want to see. So I went on down to Valley Bass Pro and Waterfall Park. And there was a lot of families there. There was events going on. There was kids out playing and stuff. They weren't up in a vacant parking lot where they deal drugs and a little bit of, and they speed around with cars and everything else and stuff. And I just thought, man, but that guy actually gave me the bird. He gave me the finger too, because he got in front of me out on the street. And if my back dash cam caught it, I'll show it. And I'm just thinking, man, well, he was out in the middle of the street. Can you actually, there was a deal that went on about this too, about like pedestrians. Now, you're supposed to yield to pedestrians if you're driving in Missouri, but that doesn't give you the right to jump out in front of a car and then get hit by that car. Just like this guy, he didn't give this guy the right to get in the center of the middle of the road and go all the way down the road. Now, you think about that for a second too. But what got me was this little kid being left in this parking lot. Now, I've shown so many videos of this parking lot up here, it's not even funny, but never have I seen a little kid by themselves up there like that. Anyway, let's take a look at this. All right, guys, I'm going to slow this down as slow as I can. And I'm going to start it here because I want you guys to look at this building. There's nobody around this building with a skateboard. And I'm turning here at this intersection. Now, this child's over 2 blocks down by this vehicle. Nobody's in this vehicle. I want to show that, but we're going to, I'll go over into this Gordmans lot. Now, this vehicle here, this one sits here a lot of the time, but it was vacant today. Somebody had emptied out, so who knows where this person went to. But I wanted to show that real quick. I'm going to drive through this lot here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on just a second. I want you guys to see this too. I don't know if you can see. Let's see here. Now here's that vehicle. And there's a little kid riding a bike around. Nobody. That guy was supposed to be watching that child. Man, I don't know. You know, these people firing on all cylinders here. So we're going to go on through here. And you can see that was the trash or the brush that was dropped from that vehicle one night when I was coming back on 40 highway. Guy was looking for a place to dump the stuff, and he dumped it. Well, man, if I can see this stuff and I can be behind these vehicles, surely Independence or Jackson County Sheriff could do something. But then I see these trucks over here. I'm thinking, well, is this guy, this would be an easy other thing too, what kills me about some of this stuff. This would be an easy way to deal drugs. Even if it was from one of the trucking deals over there. Because if they drop their vehicles in this lot here, why catty corner this here? I think this should be questioned. That's BS, man. So we're going to go on here. Nobody in that truck. If it was, the guy was sleeping in it, but I doubt it. It's got a number on it. 20. Is that 2424? I have some other footage of this too. I'll show later, but I wanted to get this out. I mean, doesn't this look great, man? I mean, look at this. You got druggies, you got prostitutes, you got stuff crawling back in these buildings. Okay, but now I want you to look at this. And I'm going to put my cursor where this little kid is. Okay? Right there. There's nobody in this vehicle whatsoever. And this is about 2 blocks long. And this guy that's way over here, I'll back this out, is supposed to be watching that little kid. Now, man, you don't take a rocket scientist. If I had a child, I mean, I wouldn't let my kid be crawling around over here in this parking lot. I mean, come on, man. But, here you go again. So we're just you can see little kids there. So, in this Toyota, now I've seen this Toyota sit over here before, but this is the first time I've ever seen a little kid over here with this, like that. That's just weird, man. But that's crazy. So hold on. So here comes the guy here that was way on back up here. He wasn't even around. This little child was by themselves here in Kansas City. And that's crazy, man. That is crazy. So let's see if I can see if I can brighten this up a little bit, and then I'm going to show this. Well, there's a guy right there. He looks like an upstanding citizen, doesn't he? Yeah, it looks like somebody might be dealing something, you know? He gave me the finger. Well, that don't bother me. But you know something? It bothers me that these people are coming over on my street, dealing these drugs going up and down. And I've been over here for 58 years, so I got news for you. I'm not going anywhere. But guess what? They might be. So you see that car going there? He's out in the middle of the road, blocking. So you now this would not be right. You know, this is not about, you know, somebody sharing the road. This is BS. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, you know, why is he out in the street anyway if he's in the parking lot? Let's see. We're going to put, look at this. Well, buddy, there we go right there. Well, I got one for you too. So, but you know something? If Kansas City allows somebody like this with a child out in a vacant parking lot, not watching it, well, there you go. This is Kansas City here, man. Now, hold on. I'm not done because I'm going to show a couple other things here. Okay, guys. Now, this is Asado. This used to be Doc Holliday's, the scene. A lot of stuff went on here. But anyway, they had a bouncer like deal back here, kind of a slide for kids and stuff today. And I thought, well, you know, this guy, you know, that would be someplace, you know, halfway decent. At least, you know, you could take, you know, in the daytime when everybody's around. But let's just go on down from there, man. Hold on. All right, guys. So I was thinking, well, you know, this part down here, you could take a bike in there. You could, you know, you can skate. Yeah, they got like you got sidewalks here and other stuff and everything. But let's just go on down. Okay, I'm gonna show this. I want you guys to see this. Now, like I say, and there's a lot of people down here, but man, everybody looked like they were having a good time. And now I'm going to prove how it can be dangerous here if you are not with, you know, a certain amount of people like this too. But I want to show this first. Now everything looked pretty good. Shoot, this one gal that was backing up here, she even waved. She was real courteous here too. I kind of backed up here a little bit. She was backing in here. I want to show that too because you don't see too many courteous drivers anymore. She waved at me. She was nice. Oh, and then here I'll show you another guy and his kid, and well, he's a guy with a beard too, but him and his kid are together, and they look like, you know, it's in a halfway safe place here. Okay, like I say, there was a lot of people here, but all right, let's take a look. And like I said, there's lots of kids in this park. Shoot, man, look at that over there. Look at all the kids. Take them up to the Gordman Toys R Us parking lot where they deal the dope and drugs. Man, I don't know. So I'm going to speed this up, but oh God. But you know, I told you how that, you know, that God's guy that was up the street here for me, that how they were letting them live in the Bass Pro Shop here and stuff. Oh, well, God. There was a trash man down here living in the parking lot. We're going to show that, guys. Oh, you know, but this is the thing. You don't know what, these are ex-cons. They've been in trouble. They've stolen. They've done drugs. Now, hold on. Oh, Jesus. You're going to need Jesus here in a minute. Look at that. This didn't even have a window on one side of it. They had like a plastic bag. Now, this is trash. This guy's over here in the corner of this parking lot of Bass Pro. You know, I had a comment just a while back, a few days ago. Somebody said, oh, that stuff don't go on here. Really? Really? Well, we're gonna show what goes on here in Kansas City. No, because there's so many dope heads and thugs here in Kansas City. They like this stuff going on. I mean, this stuff needs to be cleaned up here. That's the problem. But let's just go from there. Look at that. Look at that. But hold on. So we're going to go through this parking lot. What in the world, man? Now, you can't make this stuff up. And as you can see, they have a trash bag here just to cover because the window, I guess, don't go up and down on this truck. Why would they be allowing this stuff, man? This looks nasty. I don't know. And it looked like there was a couple people inside this truck. Isn't that crazy? I think it's crazy. Well, shoot, they'll probably be dumping this stuff down there at Gordmans next. That's insane. That's crazy, man. Hold on. All right, guys. This is that vehicle. It's over here, even over here by me. It's by that one house. I don't know if it's vacant or whatever. But this is from the Bass Pro parking lot. And I'm going to show a different angle too. He was hanging at the Bass Pro and Walmart for the last 5 years. So hold on. All right. So there you go right there. And the thing of this is these guys, like I say, they've been in trouble. They've been in prison, other different things and stuff. And would you really want your child, in that park if you went up there by yourself and there wasn't anybody around on the weekend? It is more of a dangerous place. That's why I talk about this stuff so people can be aware of this. But like I say, it doesn't look like much has changed, and not good. I mean, it looked like this guy had so much trash and gunk and stuff. I don't know. Where is he going to dump this? Man, I don't know. That's crazy stuff. Crazy here in Independence in Kansas City, Missouri. All right, guys, I want to show this one more time in regular speed. And just to let you guys see. I mean, this is a parking lot over here for Bass Pro. So you want to be aware of your surroundings. That's just crazy, man. Like they were going in and, like I say, this is a trash bag. I guess the window's stuck there. It doesn't work. Oh my God. Well, I'm sure that would be okay. I mean, you think about this stuff, you know, between laws and codes and other stuff. Well, I mean, we don't need laws. We don't, I used to work with the guys. We don't need no stinking laws no more, right? That's all left and stuff there, man. Yeah. Hold on. Just to show that this is the parking lot here. Now that's crazy. Well, there's somebody's got a boat. Ah! Hold on, guys. All right, guys, we'll wrap this up. What I'm going to show you real quick is we, like I say, went out to lease some. We were out there probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And from there, I want to show this real quick because, oh, well, a lot of it disappeared up here at Gordmans and Toys R Us. But guess what? There was more in the wings. So let's just take a look at this real quick. Because they always got to have a vehicle up here. I mean, 24 hours almost, in and out most of the time. See this vehicle? Well, what are they doing, man? On the edge. Well, And as you can see back there and back, that other where the Toyota, the little kid, it's long gone. Well, shoot, they were trafficking kids. I mean, shoot, you could get away with it, couldn't you? You could. I mean, nobody's questioning any of this. And this is the great Nolan Fashion Square. Look at that. When we all went back, that Toyota was gone. I don't see the other vehicle over there either. And guess what? That, I don't think even the 18-wheeler was there. Hold on. Okay, guys, now what I find interesting, don't see that 18-wheeler over here anymore. Well, that's just weird, man. I just went up there in that lot, man. Everybody they were just gone. But let's just take a look at this. In this up here, I want to show this. Well, that's because it's a good place, and nothing's being questioned about it. So, here you go. No, it's not a good place. You guys to see this. Now, there's a car. Okay, see that car? Well, what's it doing? Well, man, we're in business. Come on, get some fentanyl and, meth, whatever you need. We got it here in Independence. Yeah, buddy. And if not, we can have one of those delivery guys with the backpacks to get you. They running down here a lot here. Now, you don't have to make this stuff up. I mean, shoot, no. Well, here comes one of the couriers now. And then I also got to talk about this. I'm going to move this over a little ways. And you see this white car? It was sitting there when we left the house about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. And it was still sitting there with the lights going. But this is where they go over there because they go underneath the bridge where the homeless and the druggies live. And that's why, well, this is nothing to be questioned either, is it, man? No. Up here by M&H Gas, over here by the bridge. Well, you guys, when you're driving down 40 highway, take a look at this stuff. Kind of glance over. If you're in Kansas City in this area and you live in this area, you can see this stuff. I mean, you maybe be a little bit more aware of your surroundings a little bit here. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this up. All right, guys. So I wanted to show that. And I wanted to show that there are places that are halfway, places you can go at certain times where it's safe. Not all the time, but sometimes. Just like the Kansas City Zoo. I mean, that's why they put there, I went and walked to the zoo today, and then somebody was saying, well, I wonder why they put that security in. Well, there's a reason. They caught 3 people with guns inside the zoo. And there was bad things going on. Wow, man. Well, check that out yourself if you don't believe me. Because that was another reason why some of that stuff got done. Oh, well, it's just all my imagination, guys. Right? No, it ain't my imagination. I've been here 58 years. I've seen many things happen. I've seen a lot of this bad stuff go on. And it don't change. Kansas City ain't going to change it. You're just going to keep on going. I mean, the only way it's going to change is if the good people pick up that phone. Call your police department. Let them know what's going on when you see some of this bad activity going on. That's what I recommend. Call your mayor. Let him know. We elect these people here in this city. And if they don't follow through on some of this stuff, oh, man, you know what they're worried about? They're worried about those stadiums. Those stadiums, well, you know something? If Kansas City if that's the only thing that this place is worth, then maybe it should just go. If that's all that's important here in Kansas City, I mean, that's a very sad thing. Today when I walked the zoo, Nelson Atkins Museum, the zoo, there's certain things here that Kansas City really has. And then there's other things that just, it ain't, you know? But, I mean, shoot, maybe they could get old Armco going again a little bit more down there. We still have a lot of stuff that goes through with these railway, the trains and stuff like that down in the bottoms and other stuff. But it just makes me think, oh, bear plants going strong. Anyway, keep your eyes open. And I would advise staying away from that Gordmans and Toys R Us parking lot because a lot of bad activity happens up there, guys. Anyway, have a good one.